Hi, my name is Jim. I'm the owner of Morningstar Disability, which is a disability firm. I'm actually recording this video testimony, as you see here, at my home office. I just want to do a quick video because I just want to inform the populace out there how excited we are about the Business Finance Suite, because for all intents and purposes, there's not a lot, and I've done plenty of research, and I'm sure you probably have as well, on the internet regarding business credit, how to obtain it, what are the 1, 2, 3 steps of how to get business credit and secure financing, which is so important for a small business such as myself to be able to survive and thrive in today's economy. I'm sure that you can agree with that. And so what's great about it is the fact that you have the support with the team, right? The Finance Suite product is so integral for our business because of the fact that it teaches you how to structure your business properly. There were some things that I was missing. There were some things that I had, but there were some things that I was missing, as well as the credit profiles and things like that to be created, and then vendor trade lines. Like, we would never know what types of what are the criteria that are necessary, the underwriting guidelines for the vendors to be selective, that when we would choose them, that we would be approved versus something where it would be where it would negatively impact our credit because we were just taking a shot in the dark, right? So I thought that was very, very important. Of course, where are you going to find that? No one's telling you anything about that, right? And then of course, then to be able to get business credit cards in my business name with no personal guarantee, because most of the time they want to get your social security number when you're applying for business credit cards. So this totally separates my personal from my business, which is awesome. And then of course, the major thing is securing financing. We all need financing and working capital. My business sure does, and did at the time. And so it's awesome. I'm very excited where I'm at today. I'm very excited in the process. The team is very supportive, right? They're very knowledgeable about business credit and securing the best financial options for you, right? And they go through everything thoroughly. I couldn't say enough about it. But again, because of the fact that it is exclusive, you don't see it anywhere else on the internet. This put everything, it's like a one-stop shop, put everything all at my fingertips. And with that being said, hey, it allows me to have control, which is what I like, to have full control over the success of my business, and I'm sure that you would agree. So anyway, that's my testimony. Go out and buy your own Business Finance Suite. Thank you.
Hey, everybody. So, welcome here. And I hope you enjoyed those couple of testimonies that we talked about. The first one was about business credit. And my name is Michael Holmes. If you don't know, if you're the first time that you've seen me, and I am one of the founders of Real University. And Real just simply stands for renewing excellence and advancing leadership. Okay. So, if you're the type of individual that likes to join in with the chat, okay, what if you're watching this on the web page, what you can do is there's a button that is right on the video, right? It's somewhere on the video. If you toggle over the video, it'll say watch on YouTube, or somewhere around here it says watch on YouTube, and you can join us live on YouTube and you can chat. You can ask different questions and things like that, and we can definitely go back and forth so that we can see, okay, what it is that you're trying to do. What is your purpose? Because that's what we're here to do, right? Because we are established as kingdom purpose builders. And so either you're building your purpose or you're pursuing your purpose, whatever that is, that's our job, is to help you to pull that out of you. Okay. So whatever it is that you're trying to develop, let's show you how to get that done. Is that okay? So what I'll be doing now is showing you the presentation that is going to show you what we've been doing to help you, help individuals to go from credit to houses, right? And we always use three different things. We always say, hey, it's three things that you got to focus on. And that's personal credit, that's business credit, and it's also leveraging your credit as well. Okay. When you learn how to do those things, now you're, what they say, you're cooking with grease. Okay. That's what my granddad used to say, cooking with grease. So we're going to do a little bit that right now. If you guys give me a couple of seconds and get everything lined up for you. All right, so let's get right back into this. I think everything's set up and ready to go. So let's get over here so that we can share with you real estate help. And what is that real estate help? Is he empowers, loves, and protects. So we're going to start in the beginning, okay? So as you guys know, I'm one of the founders of Real University, and what we do, we are empowering the community. And throughout empowering the community, we are empowering you with whatever that is that you're driven to do. What is your purpose? What is that plan that you want to reach toward? Okay. So how many men, women, and children, right, need help? So what is it that you're reaching toward? Okay. Who is it that you're serving? Because that's what we're looking to do today. Okay. It's a homeless, veterans, women's shelters, boys and girls homes, transitional homes, feeding of the elderly and children. Maybe you're wanting to promote trade and educational services. Okay. Maybe it's affordable living as well. So we are wrapped up in those things. So we are showing individuals saying, okay, hey, how do I execute these steps so that I can get myself to the individuals that I desire to help, that demographic that you're looking for. Okay. So is your purpose community oriented? Right? Do you have a passion for your community? And would you love to bring the proper resources and networks to your community and also others nationwide? Because you have maybe cousins or aunties, right? We got Uncle Jimmy over there, right? Maybe we can help that community as well with the access to the proper resources and networks. Or maybe it's the access to capital that we can provide to the overlooked and the underserved, houses to financing franchises as well. Okay. So what we do, we establish you so that you can run after your purpose. You can pursue your purpose, but at the same time, you can be a purpose builder, helping other people to establish their things that's within your particular purpose. Okay. And so within that, we also are establishing nonprofit programs to provide training and assistance within that particular community and programs. Okay. And so that's what the Real University. Real is simply renewing excellence and advancing leadership, right? What it is that we were born with, right? What was it that was shaken down or pressed down and was told that we can never be this, or maybe we've been through so much trauma in life we don't know how to shake it off. So we're coming to show you how to become kingdom purpose builders, how to become the real you. Okay. And within that, we have our own thepurposebuilders.com, and where you can visit here and you can get more information about what we do. And as you can see at the top box there, those of you that are with us already, you are either registering or you're entering, you can use that black box at the top to enter and get started. And as you see, guys, once you get started, you have access to our general access library, where you're going to find out that there are things that you may not know. My mentor told me is this, Mike, it's what we don't know, and that we don't know it, that's the problem, right? And that's what we got to get away from, because what we're focused on has brought us to where we are. Now, what we have to do is to eliminate the negative things that are holding us to where we are. And how do we do that? We have to replace the operating system that's in your mind. So within this general access library, if you are invited by the person that invited you to hear this presentation, if they invite you into our general access library, it's no cost. Okay. And so the first thing that we'll be doing is showing you how to effectively get a different education, getting more information on what? Personal credit, business credit, how to separate yourself from your EIN and your SSN, leveraging credit, how to create assets by understanding how to properly use your credit and turn that credit into cash flow. Okay. So when you come in, you're able to get around and look around and start becoming the real you. And then those of you that desire more, right, we also have personal credit repair. Okay. So as you see here, we are a full-fledged, so you get your complete portal to where you can log in as a personal credit repair person or a customer. And as you can see here, we'll walk you through step by step, right? With the welcome, how to sign up, how to set up your digital signature, how to upload the documents necessary to get the job done. Okay. So this is how we help you to walk through, because once you start on the levels of PC, BC, LC, that's getting yourself to a place to where you're able to now separate yourself from the job, separate yourself from the lack of money. Okay. Because now you have a plan on how to get yourself to the next level. And that's all what we want to do. So what I want you to do now is take the time and say, and think to yourself, what is my credit score? Right. And then think also, we just had a conversation, me and a great friend of mine, and we were talking about how that she was talking to an insurance person, and they were saying that, hey, People don't realize that if they don't have the right credit score, they're going to pay a lot more money. And see, what happens is with credit, you're trying to overcome the money that the others were taking away. Who's the others? The others are the taxes. Every time you get paid as a W-2 employee, they're taking 30% out of your check, right? And you never get it back, right? And so the others are inflation. And if you're not outpacing inflation, you can feel it, right? When you go buy that packet of wings, right? You can feel it when you go and fill your car up. Okay. So maybe right now you're like a lot of others, you don't even fill it up, right? Just enough to get you to the next step. So that's the first step that we want to do to build your purpose. So as you're thinking about where your score is, just understand that you can start and get better, right? So what we do is we have a mantra, and it's called a residual cash flow millionaire. And it's getting you to a place to where, first and foremost, we talk about your freedom number. What is that minimum amount of income, cash flow that you'll need? And when we're talking about cash flow, we're not talking about just getting another job. See, that's income. We're not talking about selling things. That's income. We're talking about setting yourself with an asset, something that you do once and it pays you over and over again, right? So not let's just sell something, but let's build businesses that teach people how to sell those things. You see, there's a difference in that thinking there, okay? So as we work with you, you get into the library and it's completely free. But of course, it's only by invitation, only because we're looking for those individuals that are motivated, those individuals that are, more than just tire kickers, right? So we want to give you the education, the information, the how-to, and maybe some hacks that you can start right away. Because our goal is to help you to get that momentum going, okay? Because a lot of times you can't get the momentum going because you don't have the money. You're already going from check to check. You got more a month than you have money, right? And so as you go in through those things, now you can understand how to get to that next level, how to get that credit started, right? And we have as simple as 249 one time only. And you also will receive a 30% referral every time you say, hey, this is me working on me. And somebody says, hey, how are you doing what you're doing? How are you getting your credit better? You can simply say, hey, those guys over there, right? And then we're going to give you a referral of 30%, and that's around $75. Okay. So as you can see, it wouldn't take long before you have enough to overcome what you paid. Okay. So with the personal credit systems, you're going to get the do-it-yourself templates, the docs, all the videos and docs, that's, documents, all the things that you need, the videos to walk you through it. Plus, you're going to get a business in a box, the entire system on how to market. If you wanted to create a personal credit company within what we're doing, we will show you how to do that, how to create an extra $200 to $300 a month, maybe an extra $2,000 to $3,000 a month, right? What is it that you're looking to do? Because our goal is to show you how to do what? Residual cash flow millionaire, right? So we don't want you just to be empowered to get your things done, but also be an empowerer, right? Not just the purpose pursuer, but also the purpose builder, right? Okay. And see, the third step was the real estate investing and then the business credit systems, right? Because without business credit, everything settles on your personal credit. Everything settles on your social security number. So you got to start building your business credit, right? And then also you want to develop assets. So we're going to also show you the real estate investing system. That's what REI, real estate investing system, right? And so that in itself is the third level. US $499, and you also receive a 30% referral as well, right? So you're working on yourself. You're getting your personal credit together. Now you're getting your business credit together, learning how to create assets with real estate investing. Okay. And so also you have the opportunity to have a net zero, which means that, hey, I may have spent 249 or 499. And when you get the 499, it includes the second or the personal credit repair as well. Okay. So you don't have to get both of them if you need both things, right? And so as you're doing this, you're now in a position to win, right? Not just where you've spent money, but you've invested money. See, when you spend time, that's when you don't like that person so much, or or don't like that thing so much. So like your job, right? So your job is where you spend time, because you spend it and they what? Compensate you, right? And see, when you are investing time, that means you invest it once and it pays you over and over again. So with this business credit system and the real estate system, you're going to get the do-it-yourself templates, the documents that you need, everything, the videos, plus of course the business in the box, everything that you need, the marketing, the marketing strategies, the marketing documents, right? So all you have to do is just put your name and number in there, right? So it's also going to give you the quick start real estate investing strategies, those things that people teach in the $10,000 courses, right? So we're talking about things, how to work with for sale by owners, how to do things like buy and sell without any of your own money. Okay. So we're going to teach you how to the funding and financing systems as well. Because as we get yourself to a place of great personal credit, good and great business credit, then you're going to want to create the assets by credit or financing. Okay. And so when you do that, now you're able to do what? Have that access to capital, right? See, now you don't get bogged down by selling things, but you get bogged down into your focus. Okay. And what we want to do is show you how to also do what you desire with your brand. So it comes with, hey, how to develop the funnel, how to develop your avatar, right? And your target demographic. So we want to show you brand growth and development systems as well. Okay. So that you can not only just be who you are, but also how to what? Multiply yourself. Okay. So that's what our focus. So that real you systems and courses, what we do, introducing what you call a for and free, something really simple. Okay. So what we show you is this: when you invite others that want to pursue or build their purpose, they can start simply with the general access library, right? And when they do that, they can also earn new levels, or they can enroll directly by paying the $249 or $499. But you can earn new levels. So if you are a person that says, hey, I'm over here and I may not have that I need, or is taking up, so I don't have the 249. So you start the general access level. And simply every time that you refer someone to the 249 level, then you're going to get a $25 referral. And every time you do that, that's another $25. So after the first 4, you've earned $100 and you've earned the 249 level, okay, without actually having to pay for it. So not only did you get 249, right, so that you have the level, but you also have $100 to boot, right? So either we have time or money, right? So when we don't have the money, then we invest the time, right? So that's what we can do now. You can actually get yourself and earn that next level, or you can always enroll directly. So for referrals, makes your level advance free. Matter of fact, you actually paid yourself to learn personal credit, right? To get that personal credit together, right? And so that is a wonderful place to be in. So what we want to do is teach you how to earn and learn. See, with just 4 referrals, you can access each level. So your personal credit systems, think about it like this: 4 referrals, $25 per. Now you have access to the second level and $100 in purpose assets, right? Cash that's in your pocket, cash that was created right? By what you have invested in time, right? So you're working on yourself. And business credit systems with also the real estate investing for referrals at $50. Okay. So now with your access to the third level, you've also created an extra $200 and you've earned the $499 to get into. So now if you look at it, you've earned $699 for the business credit systems. And then the other one is $349, right? That you've earned very quickly. So all we're doing is helping with individuals with the things that they desire anyway. Better credit, more cash flow, right? And so that's what we're looking to do. And within these credit and business credit consultant modules, as you can see, we give you a focus, a quick business credit overview, the missing ingredient, vendor credit, right? And then bank credit, it's a must. How do I, right? And so that's what we dive into to show you what to do, the ins and out of that. Okay. And then just this one, we have 9 lessons that we want to expose you to, okay, so that you can learn more. And then we show you, as you can see here, the for sale by owner training, how to fill the sheet out, how to prepare a purchase and sale agreement, right? What about calling the sellers, right? How do you do that? What does that sound like when you're talking to others, right? So we show you the ins and outs of those things so that you can become the best you can be, right? That real you, where you have renewed excellence and starting to advance leadership, right? So we have the compensation, which is your purpose building assets. See, you're creating assets with the personal credit systems, $75 per referral, business credit systems, $150 per referral. See, this is when you've either earned the level of 249 or you've already actually directly enrolled in the level of 249, or the same with the other systems, right? So when you get to that level and you actually are in the systems, this is the type of money now that you earn, okay? So $75, $150, right? And then the business credit done for you systems, that's a $250 referral, okay? So when you're going through now, you're simply just working on yourself. And you're going to find all types of people say, man, I'm looking to get my credit better. Or I would love to get business credit so I can start a business or grow my business, right? Simply refer those people to your real university. Refer them to the real you, okay? So also we teach you, right, how to profit share. So there will be individuals that need real estate investing, okay? And so you can receive 10% of the net profit of a first-time home buyer, a next-time home buyer. Maybe we were saving their home for some reason or another, right? So imagine if we made a net profit of $10,000, right? Because you referred that person to us, you just made $1,000 for that referral, okay? So same thing with financing and funding. Somebody already has a great score, 680, 700 credit score, and they need money for their startup or their LLC, or maybe some personal reason, right? And we help them to get, right, let's say $100,000 in funding, okay? And so within that, you will earn 1.5% or $1,500 for simply sending that person our way, right? And see, you tell people all the time about, the next Wakanda movie, right? We talk all the time about the person that did, our hair the best, cut it the best, did it the best, right? We talk about all these types of things, but now we have an opportunity to create our purpose and help others in our community do the same. So also you have people that want to invest in properties. So we will also pay you or referral fee. So if there's an individual that desires to flip houses and you refer that person, now that's a loan that you referred to us. We're going to refer you, we're going to pay you 1% of that loan amount. Okay, so if that person borrowed $200,000 for that particular house, then that is $2,000 that you just referred yourself and got yourself, right? So understand now you can create a lifestyle so that you can understand, okay, hey, in order for me to do what I need to do, I know that I need this amount. In order to have this amount, I either need the time that I need to go out here and work more, right? Or I need to do things smarter and start to leverage my time, leverage my money so that it becomes cash flow, right? So that's what our goal is, to teach you through all those things. And so within this process, we also teach you something that is a fast formula for the group real estate investing. And we'll come back to that because what this is a further breakdown on how you can develop a real estate investing brokerage company with Real University. Just simply like there's a mortgage broker, right? There's a real estate broker, right? And then there are realtors within that. And in the mortgage company, you have what? Loan originators, right? And see, now within this, you have the opportunity not just to leverage assets or create credit assets by getting into homes, but you can also create a nationwide group of individuals that are wanting to invest in properties or learn how to do homes or anything within that. The same things that realtors can focus on is the same things that you'll be able to do here. I'm not saying same things identical, but the same things in dealing with a home and actually helping an individual to buy a home. Okay, but we just do it with real estate investing strategies, right? So we will show you those ins and outs. So when you use these systems, it's for your nationwide growth or simply just to pursue your purpose. You might say, Mike, I'm just trying to create an extra, $500 to $1,000. That's great. So let us show you what to do by creating better credit. Let's get yourself in a position to where you are writing off your lifestyle by writing things off like your mileage, right? The different things that you have at home with your Wi-Fi service, internet service. See, things that are already bills, you should learn how to make them into business deductions, okay? And that's what we do. We show you those ins and outs. So let's not always say, hey, I learned from Uncle Tom how this, that, and that works, right? Or I learned, Aunt Sally, I saw her hustle. So that's where I got my hustle from, okay? But what happened to generational wealth? We've been hustling for generations, but how many generations have established wealth? See, we got to learn how to develop systems, not just hustles. Okay. So within this, we're able to establish teams of excellence, right? Duplication of what really works, create homes for the masses that are out there, right? Help individuals with trade skills for communities, jobs for communities, and at the same time, develop residual and passive income for yourself and also those people that are within the communities themselves. So we stimulate the economy and also generate that upfront income. See, we have a focus on opportunity zones, or also people say food deserts. So you'll learn more and more about those things. But my goal is to find those people that want to do better by helping those to do better, right? Not just those people that say, hey, I want to create this amount of money. And then if they don't create this amount of money in a certain period of time, they want to, jump out. I'm going to show you how to create that amount of money, but it's within the helping of others. Okay. So within that, we're solution providers, right? So that's what we got to do within that strategy. Now, those individuals that are hanging on now, what I want to do, we normally just jump into our training. And those people that have said, hey, Mike, what I would love to do is to work on myself. Okay. And what you want to do as you're working on yourself, what you want to do, your best thing is to know how to work on yourself, right? When you know how to work on yourself, okay, then what you want to do is you want to know a plan, because it's not just, I know that I need to be in New York, or I know I need to get to Atlanta. But if nobody gave you directions, a starting point, and when to turn left, turn right, right? Then would you ever get to that goal? See, the thing is, you were born into this society, and all they said is, go get them, right? And what you got to remember, this is a capitalistic society, which means it is a way of taking capital and working with it. See, and if you don't have the proper information, you're going to be capitalized upon, right? So what we understand is this: we first have to develop ourselves within ourselves. That's why we call this the real you. We focus on not just, creating that wealth that you desire, because we bring in those people that have been successful. We bring in those people that have already done the successful hair business, the successful real estate business, the successful skincare business, the successful t-shirt business, right? Those things that there are, we bring them to help you. Those individuals that are already succeeded in CPA, right? In accounting, right? So we get those individuals to show you how to get over those hurdles. But while you're doing that, you're working on yourself. Okay? So what is it that you desire? So tell that person that referred you to this particular recording or referred you here to tonight. Tell the individual that you're, first things first, you're either going to be a purpose pursuer, which says that, hey, I love it. I'm going to start getting myself together right away. And then also those that are also you that came in and they said, hey, I'm going to be a purpose builder, because not only do I love it and I'm going to jump on it myself, but I also have church individuals, maybe other community people. I may have my family, right? Whatever that is, because evidently, if this information is something that is valuable and that you can use, then the people that are in your circle, they don't know it yet. Because if they did, they would have told you, right? So therefore, it is us. We empower our circle. And see, then you don't have to worry about jumping on the next pill, potion, lotion, rap, tea, bandwagon. Nothing wrong with those things individually. But the thing is, people jump from thing to thing because they think it's hot and it's selling. You got to get behind your purpose with a fire, right? And behind that with the right knowledge, so that you can do the things that you desire to do and become that real you that you want to do. So you let them know that I want to become a purpose builder. I want to help individuals to do the things that they desire, right? Now, as we do this, we're getting ready to jump into some full-fledged training. I welcome you, because this is open to everybody that is within the general access library and up, right? So general access library, personal credit library, and the business credit library, right? So if you're within those things, or you are a guest tonight, stay around, and we're going to dive into some personal credit training, some business credit training, and some also creating some leverage training as well. Okay. So guys, give me a second, and we're going to set these things up as we proceed. What did they say? To give you what you need, right? So we're going to get to 2 and 2, right? 2 seconds, and we'll be right back in. All right, we're back, ready to rock and roll. So we're going to dive into some training. And so what I wanted to do tonight is to start to where you can start to see, okay, how can I start immediately to see a way in and say to see a little bit of light. So because a lot of people are coming and they say, hey, I don't have any income, I don't have the credit, right? And what is it can I start to do, right? And so what we got to do is we got to get in, and we're going to show you exactly what is your number one asset, okay? And with your number one asset, I think you're going to like this a lot, okay? So what is your number one asset? It's you. It's the real you, okay? That's what we want to do. We want to show you that you can do this, okay? So let me come back here and take this down just a little bit. All right, so good. I appreciate everybody that is here that's ready to learn, ready to get those things together. Because one thing that I have picked up over time is this: is that hey, the only thing that you can apply is the thing that you pick up, right? So just like say for instance, like an iron, you guys know how to iron clothes, right? You've all seen that before. So what you can do is iron once you pick it up, right? And see, if you don't pick up and the video, the book, right? Whatever it is, if you don't pick it up, if you don't pick up the training, if you don't start executing certain steps so that you can use your note-taking ability, right? And so that's what we are here. We're here to take you from step to step. But what I want to do is to show you, okay, hey, there's individuals that are surrounding you. Let's not even look at you. Let's look at the individuals around you. It said that at least 78% of people right now, right, are having issues with cash flow. It is said that an extra $500 a month could save a lot of foreclosures, right? So what we want to do is show you that these individuals that are around you, how to wake them up to their number one asset, because 98% of the people that you're going to meet have a W-2 job. They may have some 1099 here or there, right? But majority have the W-2 job. And within that W-2 job, they're taking 30% of their money. So if this person is making $50,000 a year, then that's about $15,000 every year that is getting taken away. So what they do is they go and get into debt, right? In order to get over it. That's just what you have to do, because we are making a budget based upon your gross income, not your net income. So you're already behind the 8 ball. It's not what you've done. It's what society taught you to do. So now we're going to break you out of that, break the individuals around you out of that. Those people that are within the church. Let's say, for instance, whatever you're doing now in the assemblies, right? And if you had everybody that was within your organization, within your assembly, within your community, if everybody within there had an automatic 30% increase in their pay, things would change. Or a 30% pay raise. Think about it. If you get another job and you got a 30% pay raise, right? That's what we're saying. So let's look at it now. What we have here is what we call already money, right? Why did I say already money? It's because you're already paying a mortgage, right? You see the utility, cell phone, right? All those things at the left side of the screen. You're already paying cell phone. You're probably driving more than 10,000 miles a year, right? So I'm sure you have some form of meals and entertainment. I know you're dealing with internet, but are you getting any of that money back that you're already paying, right? But if you develop yourself into learning how to write off your lifestyle, then you will get that. So let's dive in and see what that looks like. So let's imagine your mortgage was $1,000, and now you learn the strategy. Okay. And now with this, I'm not claiming to be a tax preparer or CPA or anything like that. Okay. But this is just a general example. Okay. So out of that mortgage, let's say 20% of it is a write off. So every year, that's $2,400 that that person is missing. Okay. So let's imagine your utilities, right? So $500 a month, that's $100 that could be a write off, right? A cell phone, sometimes, most times it's 100%, but let's look at 85%. That's $85 a month, $1,000 a year that you're missing. Okay. See, we say, yeah, I need, I'm checking the check, or I need the extra dollars here. It's there. It's that you're giving it to somebody. Your money is making somebody rich. Why not start with you, right? So now, meals and entertainment. Let's imagine that you're sitting around with a significant other and you mention how you are enjoying creating a better life by getting your personal business credit together. And the person at the table, I mean, that's serving you says, wow. Or you simply mention it to them leaving. Man, I'm getting great results with my personal credit. And, that's how we're celebrating tonight. And so maybe you would love to get yours together. I'm not saying that you don't have it. Maybe you just know somebody, and by mentioning this, I'm able to write off my dinner. Okay. So there you go. Maybe next time when you have a dinner, talk to me when you wanted to write it off, right? You call me back up and I'll show you how to write that off. You see, what we're doing is we're nervous for no reason. See, this now you can actually understand that your number one asset is the 6 inches in between your ears. See, the thing is, we've been a certain way so long. Now we're learning new techniques and strategies. Okay. Excuse me. So that's another $1,200 a year that you're just throwing away. Would you drive down the highway and just throw out 60 cents, right? Every mile. Just imagine, right? If you had 2 quarters and a dime, and every mile you throw out 60 cents, right? And see, that's what you're doing. Every time that you drive a mile that could have been a business mile, you just threw away that money, right? So now your internet, let's imagine it's $50. We know internet, no way it's $50, right? It's a big bill. So now it's 100% because that's what you're watching right now. And this is what's called continued education. Tonight, this is what called is. See, you have things that we want to do. We want to say, hey, I want to be in business. We don't really want to be in business. We want to have the money that business provides. Okay. So we got to decide to say, okay, hey, what is that I have to do short term? If really and truly what I need is really the cash flow. So what do I need to do in the middle to create assets? Because if you don't create an asset, then you're going to have to start finding out how to create income the rest of your life, right? So now you got total deductions of $12,000 every year that you're missing out on. That's $1,000 a month that the average individual is missing out on, right? And because of this, now what you can do is this. When you get yourself into this strategy, understanding what you can do and getting your 30% back, right? This what happens. This $12,000, right? Because it was a write-off, that means it is no longer subject to taxes, right? That's why we're writing it off, because we want to save money, right? We don't want to, right, pay the full bill, so to say. So if we write that 12,000 off, that means it's no longer subject to taxes, which means now 30% of this money I would have paid on taxes. So now that's a saving of 30%. Remember, you're getting a 30% raise. So now that is an extra $3,600. Okay. Now, also, we are simply saying by understanding how you're working putting yourself together, personal credit, business credit, creating assets, leveraging credit. You're going to point your way to other individuals, and they're going to come over here and they're going to do it too. And we're simply saying, out of that, let's imagine that you create a couple $100 a month, right? Just a couple $100, right? You can do that simply by referring personal credit here or there, right? And so now that you have created, you've made yourself an extra $6,000 for the year. And right now you're throwing that away. Okay. So in the meantime, understand you don't need the second job. You don't need to start learning a new getting a new degree if that's not within your purpose, right? If you're just doing it to make more money, you don't need to do that, right? See, what you can do is create cash flow. So now you've created an asset by understanding how to write off your lifestyle. This asset pays you every month, okay? And I'm going to teach you how to do this. Now, what's the equivalent of having $6,000 a year extra? What's the equivalent? What would you have to do to create $6,000 extra a year, right? In assets, not work, assets, meaning that it's paying me over and over again. Okay. You can have $600,000 and receiving a 1% return, and that'll give you 6,000, right? But hey, most of us don't have 600,000. Okay. So you see how equivalent this is, or 200,000 and earning 3%, something like the average 401k right now is earning about 2 to 4%, right? So now if you got 200,000 in a 401k and 3% a year is paying you out in a dividend or what have you, that's $6,000. But again, you may not have 200,000 to say how I want to create 6,000, right? You may not have 200,000 to create the $6,000 in assets. Or maybe you have 100. Okay. So this is how equivalent this is. See, if you can show individuals how greatly you can free them up from this rat race, from this check to check, from this not having enough money at the end of my month, right? See, if you had 100,000 and you put it into something, it will give you an asset. Let's say, for instance, you bought a house that's worth 100,000, right? And that's paying you $6,000 a year. See, that would be a good asset, right? But this is not what you have to do. All you have to do is track and manage what you already have. That's going to bring you to where you want to be. You see, your home-based business is your number one asset. You say, what is my home-based business? You see, when you establish yourself as running after whatever this is as your particular passion or purpose, right? You establish yourself with the particular goal to run after that. That is your home-based business, okay? Then you develop it into EIN, LLC, right? Along the way. Okay. But your number one asset is the creativity on how to change your already money into business deductions. Okay. Now, when you free up this money like this, now the government says that, hey, this person is informed. So now what they're going to do is, if they were taking 30% out of your check, right, they're going to now put that 30% back in your check. Okay, because the uninformed gets taken advantage of. So if you're making $50,000 a year and they're taking 15,000, which is 30%, right? Now you're trying to live off of the 35. Let's get you a 30% raise, right? And also, if they're taking 15,000 from you, are you getting $15,000 back when you're with your tax return? You're not, right? So therefore, doesn't it make more sense to get your money? You worked 100% of the time, but you're bringing home 70% of the money, right? Because they feel like you You don't know what to do. You don't want to leave you in a bad position of having to pay back money. So they say, hey, we're going to take 30% because you don't know how to fill your paperwork out right. We're going to show you how to do it right. So you use your money every month, right? Every month you start using your money. And then this process starts to grow along the way. Now you start to do what? You start to roll your money up. So now you freed up this extra, say for instance, you freed up an extra $500 a month because that's how much they was taking out of your check. Now this extra money, you go to and put it on debt, right? So now you're reducing the debt. And imagine the debt that you have is anywhere between 6% to maybe 20%, right? So now when you reduce that debt and you eliminate that debt, that's like putting money back in your pocket, right? So now you do that. Now you're getting extra money back. You don't go and put it on some trash. You establish what? You take the cash and develop another asset. So now you're going to get your personal credit together. With the personal credit, you're going to pay less in interest. So you save money, right? So now you're going to roll that money up. So now you're going to do what? You're going to be able to have better interest. You're going to have better rates on the different things. Now you're going to roll it up into business credit. You're going to get yourself established. Now you got extra dollars to put on the net 30 accounts that's necessary, right? Net 15 accounts, or whatever those are. Now you're building your business credit, right? So as you establish yourself in the way, now you're getting yourself in position, see? And that's the thing that you want to, challenge yourself in. And see, this that I'm talking to you about, it's not that it's not easy, right? It is a simple thing to do. But the beautiful thing about life is that it's also simple not to do. So those individuals that says, hey, I'm going to do what it takes. If I don't have the fortitude within me, I'm going to read the right books so that I have what? No excuses. That's the book that we're reading right now, by the way. If you're listening and it's new to you, we're reading No Excuses by Brian Tracy, right? We're reading a book so that we can change our operating system. Just like I have an Apple and they send out every so often an update. And if you don't do the update, right, the phone doesn't operate correctly. You don't have the right operating system. And see, majority of individuals today are working on the same operating system that they acquired when they were 12 years old. What I mean by that, when you were going through life, your parents, your teachers, they put those particular things around you. Your friends, they put it inside of you, what you think, and all those things that you develop. Okay. Most of us didn't change once we graduated from high school because it says that 85% of people don't pick up a book after the age of 18. Right. So there's no changing that can happen there. Right. So within that, now what we're doing is we're operating on what we had back then, and we're trying to be the best us now. And we're still saying things like, I don't like the classrooms, right? Because that's what happened in school. I don't like to study because I didn't get good grades. All right. All those things were conditioned to make you into a certain person. So now you have to recondition yourself, right? And so that's what the real you allows. So we plug into nights like this. So we learn how to think differently, right? We plug into any and everything that's happening because I want to change how I think quickly, fast and efficiently, right? And as soon as possible. And it's just like this. I am getting into the understanding of who I am as an individual, right? Who I am as an Israelite, right? But what that takes is understanding culture, acclimating myself to a book that I was already familiar with, right? But I have to get new information in order to change how I operate, right? So in order to do that, I have to get inundated. So every time I'm opening up YouTube to pour it in, if I'm driving, if I'm riding, if I'm in the bathroom, I'm putting YouTube on so that I can get it in. If I'm sitting down somewhere, I'm going to try to look over a scripture or two. If I'm sitting down a good period of time, then I'm going to get in a complete chapter, right? And then I'm going to take 20 minutes because I want to get my personal thing together. And see what I'm doing now, I'm reading the book, No Excuses. And see, we get to places like this and we say, hey, I want the end goal without the middle, right? It's like saying, hey, I want to shred this pounds off of me. I got this thing around my stomach, right? This tire around my stomach. It won't go anywhere. Why? Because I'm not doing anything about it, right? I'm still eating the chocolate donut. I'm still doing all the brownies, right? I'm still doing the things that I shouldn't be doing. And see, that's the same things in going forward in this life. We have to track and manage our lives. So we have to wake up in the morning and say, okay, hey, I have a passion to do this in my life. And right now, because I have this going on, I must do this. I must take care of the job. I must take care of the family. I have a lot of must in my life right now. So I don't have the time necessary that I need to spend on what I desire to do. So what you have to do is you have to create assets so that assets can pay for those things that are taking up your time. See, when you create assets, now you can say, hey, I didn't get more bills when I got more money. I continue to grow my assets. So now my regular bills are $2,000 a month, right? Or $4,000 a month, whatever that is. But I have assets that are $5,000 a month, $3,000 a month, right? So now I don't need the job, right? So I don't have to worry about it's taking my time. But what I must do is I must reinvest my time over and over again until the asset is created. Until the asset is created, I have to spend my time over and over again in the thing that is changing my mindset, that is giving me the education and information to go to that next level, right? So this is what it takes. All the other things that we do, the buying the properties, right? Helping individuals with business credit, buying the businesses, buying the land, whatever those things are, building houses, finding the apartment complexes. That's fine and dandy. But always remember, as I leave you this in closing, right? Get on your side of the purpose. That's when the air is clearer, when you start developing specialized knowledge in your area of function, when you start doing continuing education, becoming the best you in that area, right? When you start developing the time that says, hey, I'm going to sit down and read. When you start developing, who you desire to be, when you start saying that, hey, the time I'm spending with you is not producing what I need to produce. It's not that I don't love you. I love you enough to sacrifice and say, I love you. Say, for instance, your son, daughter, significant other, you have to talk to them and say, hey, I love you enough to say, hey, for the next 12 months to 18 months, there's no doing this, that, and the other. We're not going to be going out. We're going to, and matter of fact, dad, mom, I'm going to have to be away a little bit so that we can live like no other. So in order to live like no other later, we got to live like no other today, right? Everybody else is flashing. Everybody else is doing the all the different things, trying to keep up with the Joneses, right? We got to do differently. We got to make it so that our assets pay for our things, right? So that's what we want to be. That's where we want to stay in, right? And guys, when we do that, life is so much more fluent. Okay, so I got 9:37. I want to be as responsible and look at for the time as well. I appreciate and I believe that's Mr. That's Martin, I'm pretty sure. I appreciate you. And that was Brittany that we showed earlier. And I see tire kickers, most definitely, right? Um, and also we want to bring this thing to a close. And if you want to, chat with us as Martin and Brittany has done as well, all you have to do is when you plug into the calls on Thursdays, there's a little button that says watch this on YouTube. Okay. And when you do that, it'll take you straight to YouTube and you can find us. Okay. But not find us, but it'll take you right to the particular channel. Okay. And watch the video there and you can chat and everything with us. Right. So if you have also, found us, go ahead and, click that like button. Right. Go ahead and subscribe and those things. And let's get the information out. Right. Let's create other kingdom purpose builders as we create ourselves into kingdom purpose builders, right? So you guys continue doing what you do, become the best you can be, and continue to renew excellence and advance leadership. Because this side of your purpose is not where you want to be. This side of your purpose is where you birthed the idea. You've become and said, "Hey, God is giving me this. This is that side." But you have to cross the desert, right when Christ was endowed with the Holy Spirit, right? First thing was to go into the desert to be tried. Okay, so first things first, you are given the gift, the understanding where I want to go, what I want to do, who I want to serve, what is my calling. You receive that. Now it's time to continue through the desert, because those that endure until the end, those shall be saved, right? So you guys have a wonderful day, and peace, love. So